Hi, this is Alessandrina from Dexter and Alessandrina, and today I'd like to share with you a process called anchoring and integration. We have used this process with many people and for ourselves in order to integrate the different parts of ourselves. So the core of the benefits of integration is that we are fragmented as human beings. We have different parts of ourselves that want different things, that have different intentions, different ways of looking at reality, different fears, different beliefs, different expectations and judgments. And when we can bring those parts together to operate as a whole, and you could say that basically that would be a process of congruence, internal alignment, you get better results. So you're not fighting with yourself, you're not trying to push yourself to do anything, you're simply operating as one being that is conscious and aware of its intentions and what it wants to achieve, and that usually leads to really good results. So in order to work with this process, you can, for instance, choose an area in your life where you experience stress or anxiety or worry, or some type of fear or limiting beliefs, and where you seem to either not be able to achieve a specific result that you want to achieve in your life, or that you have a repetitive pattern, habit, that is not serving you, that is bringing about detrimental relationship dynamics or negative thoughts, negative emotions. So it's pretty simple the way that it works. The process is, as you think about what it is that you want to work on, if you'll think about maybe three or four negative perspectives that you have about this specific situation, and then if you'll think about one or two or even three really positive things that have happened in your life and that you have really had really good memories of that situation, or something that you really want to experience, including, for instance, one of the greatest one, which is like complete alignment with God and being in oneness with God. And so you choose that as the positives, and then you choose the negative thoughts, negative beliefs, negative fears that are in your system, and then you're going to anchor them and integrate them together. So this process is based on NLP and a little bit of hypnosis, the process of anchoring. And when you use it in the way that we describe, you're going to feel that you're able to achieve more congruence, more alignment within yourself. You can also use that if you're having, for instance, different perspectives about a person, and you're finding it difficult to find the middle way of how to experience them from a more grounded perspective, meaning sometimes we will go from really negative perspectives about a person when they're doing something that triggers us, and then other times we'll see parts of them that are very kind and loving, and we'll feel maybe a lot more positive. So to find the middle way, that's the purpose of this technique. So the technique, you can use your hand, and eventually, once you've learned how to bring about those feelings and emotions in your system and anchor them without using your hand, you don't even need to use your hand to do this process of anchoring and integration. This is kind of like a stepping stone in order to be able to do that. So the purpose, again, being integrating, really functioning as a one person, one being, rather than many parts. So you would, once you've made that list, you would choose the first thing that is negative, and you would allow yourself to feel it. You would close your eyes and you would allow yourself to feel it, and then you would tap and press a little bit on the first knuckle of your little finger on your left hand. And you would do that, and you would anchor it. So really, like, just allowing yourself to say, well, in this part of my body, I'm now anchoring this feeling, this negative feeling that I have. It already is there. So it's not that you're reinforcing it, you're integrating it, right? It's important to understand. Then you would go to the second thing, and you would feel what you feel in regards to that situation, and then you would anchor it on the second knuckle. And you would continue in this way. So you would anchor maybe 2 or 3 things on, the first 2 or 3 knuckles. Negative things, negative belief, fears. For instance, if you feel unloved, if you feel not good enough, if you feel not understood, not cared for, you would anchor those on your first 3 knuckles, and then you would choose 2 positive things, 2 really positive experiences that you've either had in your life that really bring about elevated states of emotion, or you would choose something even greater than that, something that you haven't yet experienced and that you're wanting to experience, like an experience that is maybe not personal per se, not limited to space-time reality, more something that has to do with God or the universe, something really that brings about very, very elevated states of emotion. And so you would then anchor that on the 4th and the 5th knuckles. And if you wanted to anchor more things, you could also do that. And the way that you would do that, you would choose other areas on the back of your hand, and you would just press. As you bring up the feelings, you would press there and anchor it there. So you would do that until you have enough of these parts that are relevant to the situation that you're working with, that you're happy with having covered most of these parts that relate to this situation. And then once you've done that, you would cover your hand and you would bring up each part individually once again. So you would remember the first thing that you brought up and you would feel it. And then you would bring up the second thing and you would feel it, and the third. And then on and on, the 4th, the 5th, more if you have more than that. Usually it's best to keep it to 5, 7, 8 items so that it's manageable in your energy system. That said, as you grow with this process, you might be able to anchor more things and integrate more parts at the same time. As you cover the back of your hand with your palm, you would then begin to, again, feel each and every part where you anchored it in your system, and have the intention to integrate all of these parts together, the energy of all of these parts. And so what happens is that all of the energy that from all these different parts is now communicating at the same time. It's interactive, and it's going to change and educate the parts that are negative. It's going to allow them to integrate with positive parts of your system, positive experiences, and that process is a process of integration that allows you to have an energy that is more congruent, more reflective of a state of internal alignment. So I will be making a meditation specifically with anchoring and integration with specific statements. In the meantime, watching this video can educate you on the process, and then you can for yourself try it out, do it, and then see what happens, see how you feel. For instance, if you're having negative thoughts and negative beliefs about your career or about abundance in your life or about a relationship, you can map this out, write out your negative beliefs, then choose 2 positive things, and then do the whole process of anchoring and integration and see how you feel after doing it. So how you felt at the beginning about the situation and your intention and any frustration that you felt about the situation, and then after doing the anchoring and integration, how you feel and how your overall perspective about the situation or the intention, what it's like in that moment. I hope this is helpful and that you have much success with this practice. Again, it can be used really for anything. And ultimately, the more integrated we are, the more whole we are, and we operate as a whole, the easier it is for us to achieve any intention that we have, any goal that we have in our lives, and also to live in harmony with other people, to live in harmony, of course, within ourselves, and to experience inner peace, joy, happiness, love, and all of the wonderful feelings and elevated states of emotions that we all deserve. I hope this is helpful. So in order to help you with the process of anchoring and integration, I'm actually going to take you through the process. So this is going to be added to the first section of the video. That was the educational process itself, and now we're going to do a little practice together, just so that you can get comfortable with it and you can experiment with it, and you might feel a little more guided and facilitated in that process with me guiding you through it. So let's choose, for instance, feelings of not being good enough, right? Whether it's feelings of not feeling worthy, not feeling deserving, not feeling good enough, and we'll just focus on that, right? A lot of people in some way or another feel that in their lives. They feel that they're not enough, or they're not good enough, or they compare themselves to others, and it's uncomfortable, it's stress producing, anxiety producing, and so it's useful to integrate those parts, which are child parts of ourselves, so that we can ultimately enjoy our lives more, enjoy ourselves and our relationships, and have more inner peace in our process of relationship and life. So we're going to anchor that on the first 3 knuckles, and then we'll anchor 2 positive experiences. So I'll be non-specific there, so that you can choose your own experience, something that's really positive for you, that brings up very good feelings and elevated states of emotions like gratitude and awe and wholeness and oneness. And I'll let you choose that for yourself. So let's begin. So if you close your eyes and take a couple of inhale through your nose, exhale out of your mouth, just relaxing your body from the top of your head all the way down to your toes, creating space, letting go. And now you're going to bring up the first feeling, the feeling of not being worthy. So you can be generic, not feeling worthy, or you can be specific, not feeling worthy of someone's love or someone's praise or compliment. Anything that is relevant for you in terms of not feeling worthy. And as you bring it up, and you feel it, you're going to anchor it on the first knuckle of the little finger of your left hand. So pressing with the right index finger and anchor this feeling. Now keeping your eyes closed, releasing the pressing on the first knuckle, you're now going to bring up the feeling of not being deserving. So whether it's not being deserving of a relationship, of a promotion, of money, success, whatever it is that you, in a part of your system that you feel you're not deserving of. Or you can be, again, generic, like just not feeling deserving overall, and that being applied to different aspects of your life. And so allowing yourself to feel that part of yourself that does not feel deserving. And then gently anchoring on the second knuckle. Allowing yourself to feel what you feel, not suppressing it, just anchoring it and feeling those feelings and the energy of them. Now you can release, and you'll go to the part of you that feels that you're not good enough, or that you're not doing enough. And allowing yourself to feel that in whichever way you feel that, whether it's a specific comparison, specific characteristic, that where you feel not enough, not good enough, not doing enough, or generally speaking. And you'll anchor that on the third knuckle. Allowing yourself to feel what you feel without suppressing it, repressing, or distracting away from it, just feeling it and anchoring it there. And then release. And now think about something very positive that's happened in your life. Something that brings about feelings of joy, of love, feelings of awe, gratitude, oneness, wholeness. And if you can't find something in your past that has brought about those elevated states of emotion, just allow yourself to feel what that would feel like, something that you really want to experience in your life, and allowing yourself to feel that. And when you have it, when you feel it, you see it, you experience it, however you experience it, you can anchor it on your fourth knuckle. Allowing yourself to feel what you feel. And releasing, and now one more. So choosing one last experience. A really, really, really expansive experience. An experience of oneness with God or oneness with the universe. An experience of being truly cared for in this way. Of having this union. This experience of true oneness, or of awe, of wonder, and allowing yourself to feel that, to feel this elevated state of emotion and anchoring it on your fifth knuckle. And then releasing, keeping your eyes closed. You're now going to cover your left hand with your right hand. So covering the back of your hand. Covering all the points of anchoring on your hand. And one by one, remembering each of these anchors that you created. Each of these parts of self and what they fear, what they feel. Starting with not feeling like you're worthy, feeling that, remembering where you anchored that, and not feeling deserving, feeling that and remembering where you anchored it. Then moving on to feeling not good enough or that you're not doing enough, and remembering where you anchored that. Then your positive experience in the past or in the future. Feeling that and remembering where you anchored it. And finally bringing the last experience that you anchored. Experience of oneness, of wholeness, of awe, of wonder. Feeling that and anchoring that. With the intention of integrating all of these parts, making them all one. Transforming, transmuting the negative energy of the parts that feel lack, that feel not good enough, and allowing for them to be transformed by the positive energy, by the elevated state of emotion generated in this process of integration by the positive parts. And then when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you can let go of your hands and simply take a moment to assess how you feel about the situation, the intention, any fear, any belief that you had in regards to the situation or your intention. And see if you feel more grounded, more balanced, more harmonious in regards to the situation. And remembering to use this technique many times. Anytime that you feel that you have stress or anxiety, negative beliefs, negative emotions, fears, and noticing how it begins to change your energy system, practicing this technique, and also realizing that this is just a stepping stone, meaning that following this technique, as you learn to understand how the different parts of yourself are sometimes not communicating, not working together well, you can begin to do this process of anchoring and integration just simply inside of yourself, in your emotions. Noticing the different flows and currents of energy in your system, and then allowing for the energy to come together and integrate, and so that you can experience more joy, more happiness, more inner peace, and also have a lot more internal alignment towards achieving success with your intentions and goals. I hope this is helpful.